Okay, so we talked about how you got into music.
Yeah.
What are some inspirations you had maybe growing up, around when you first started making music, and then to even now? Like, what are your biggest inspirations for music?
That's a great question, bro. Like I said, I grew up. I didn't have a fucking iPod or a cell phone until I think I got my first iPod and cell phone when I was 13 years old. And before then, like music, I mean, I would just listen to the stuff that was playing in my mom's car. My mom was really into, like, you know, that early 2000s, like Jason Derulo, Usher, like all that stuff. You know, Britney Spears. I'm trying to think who else. You know,
It's just the OG pop.
yeah,
hits.
like all the OG artists from back in the day, like yeah, bro, Black Eyed Peas, Fergie, like all them. Like that's what I would listen to when I was with my mom in the car, because that's the stuff that she liked to listen to. And when I was with my dad, it was always classic rock, hard rock radio, that shit, that shit. But I loved, you know what? Growing up, I was like, bro, this fucking music sucks. But like, I learned to appreciate that music so much when I get older, because now I listen to that stuff on a daily. Like, you know, some of my biggest inspirations from rock would, like, I love like the bands like Bad Company, Led Zeppelin, Def Leppard. I'm a huge fan of Iron Maiden. I went to their concert like 4 months ago. No, it was actually back in November, but I can't fucking count. I'm losing track of my shit. But yeah, Motley Crue, like, you know, like all those songs, those hard rock songs, is really just like what makes me like music. I really like the instruments, and all that stuff, and that's kind of like the point where I want to get to eventually when I'm doing big shows one day, like performing with all instruments, not just the beat playing in the background. Some other inspirations too, like I was really big on punk rock, because when I got my first iPod, I like still really didn't know shit about music. I forgot the name of the fucking iPod I had, bro. It was like this little square iPod. It was made by
Shuffle?
Apple, I think but it was touchscreen.
Oh.
And it was literally like this cube. It was so cool. But my brother just downloaded like his whole playlist onto my little iPod, and that's like when I got into like all these punk bands, like Sleeping with the Sirens, Asking Alexandria, All Time Low, Chunk No Captain Chunk, you know, 3 Days Grace, like all that early 2000 stuff was fire, bro. And I think that's kind of like I started to take that influence with the alternative route that I've been going over the like past year, and so I'm trying to bring back that like pop punk type of sound with like, but just more modernizing it. You know, I don't need all the, you know, the early 2000s, 90s, all the 90s babies getting on my. It's not pop punk, it's not punk rock. Well, it's like it's pop punk, but you know, it's kind of punk rock, but with my own twist on it. And yeah, that's my inspiration with music, and like all that kind of just leads up into like the sound I've developed now, and just like all those years of just listening to all that kind of music has just turned me into a different type of artist, and I like that.